Hello and welcome to PocketGamer.biz's The In-App Inspector. So today we are playing Heyday Pop. So this is a kind of a match kind of puzzler game based on the Supercell's very popular Heyday kind of farming game. So Heyday came out actually 2012, so pretty old game now, 8 years old almost. And this is the first kind of public kind of extension we've seen of it. So it's using the characters, sort of the same art style, if you can kind of see the dog there. But a very different sort of game, much more like a kind of Candy Crush Saga, in the sense of you kind of doing kind of matches to complete, go up levels, and as you level up, you kind of open up new things. We can see here if we look around the world. It's not a massive world, but there's kind of quite a lot of things to unlock. We see here it looks like a gold mine when I get to level 28. I'm only on level 2 at the moment. So should point out this video is what we call the in-app inspector. So the in-app inspector is kind of looking at these games from a kind of game design, game retention, game monetization viewpoint. So that's what we're doing. We're not kind of reviewing it in that way. Other important thing to say is this game has just gone into soft launch, so it's a testing version. Got this from the Canadian App Store, so it's not available globally. Playing it on an iPad, but some stores it has become available, so Supercell can get an idea about how are people playing it. Are they enjoying it? Are they playing it for a long period of time? How much money are they spending? Kind of feed that back into the design process. So when the game comes out, it will probably look like this, but there may be some significant changes. Or of course, it's being Supercell, they may decide the game is not good enough and kill it during soft launch, which is something they tend to do. So anyway, I can't come back in the game, and we can see here there's a few things to resources to collect. So I've got this field here, and I've gone and collected that corn, and I've got a chicken, and I've collected some eggs and some soft currency. So in terms of kind of monetization, it's a fairly straightforward sort of setup. We have hearts, so these are kind of lives. So if I fail to complete a mission, I will lose a life. So I've only got 10 of those. If I want to buy more, I can spend the kind of hard currency. So the hard currency here in this case is diamonds, pretty straightforward. So this is in the Canadian App Store that I'm in. So we can see, so this is in dollars, but this is Canadian dollars, not US dollars. It's very standard. And then there's these other things that are a move token. So if I'm stuck on a particular puzzle, I can buy more moves during that puzzle, so I don't lose a life. Things like that. Some packs. So here I've got these. These are power-ups in the game. So there's kind of explosives and rockets and hammers and things like that. To make each puzzle, solving each puzzle easier. We've got some kind of things to do with our soft currency. So I've bought a chicken coop and a dog house. Next one is the honey house. So I need to. It gives me honey every 18 hours. I need to get reach area 4 to do that. There's these other kind of things. I can buy some kind of cosmetics. So I could buy a wildflower path or a decorative kind of tree and kind of put that in there. Spend some currency. Equally, I can tap on these things and chop other trees down. Move that one if I want it. Move it in there. So basic idea, kind of similar to these kind of mashup games. In a sense, you can call it a mashup. You're doing the match stuff, and then you've got a meta game which is built around building out this environment and unlocking new things. As kind of obviously you can see here the tractor. I get to there that I can unlock probably. And this is kind of the kind of Candy Crush sort of leveling system. I'm not logged into Facebook or anything, so I don't know whether I would see my friend's status in here as well. But as I collect more stars, obviously 3 stars for completing a level perfectly, then I unlock these other kind of goodies, these rewards, and when I get to the season trophy, I will get something cool, even more cool. So quickly, let's do some gameplay. I'm not probably very good at this, but we'll see how we get on. So a new tool. So this kind of watering can pops blocks horizontally and vertically. So select the watering can, tap in the middle. Okay, so it's right. So pretty powerful. So the setup's actually very straightforward. It's even simpler than Candy Crush. So I've got 24 moves. I've got to collect 16 hay, I've already broken those crates because I've just used that special power up they've given me, power ups at the bottom. In this case, it's not a match 3 game, it's a match 2 game. So if I match any 2, so if I match those 2 there, you can kind of see they explode. So these games can be, they're simple in terms of gameplay, but obviously they can get kind of much harder, and there's a lot of strategy involved and that sort of thing. But obviously at the moment I'm trying to collect these wheats. So we can see here these green ones now all have a special kind of power up involved with them, which is the popcorn power up. And a lot of the game is still very early stages, so it's pretty easy. A lot of the game is kind of like combining these kind of power ups. So if I blow that, I got a combo and I blow that up, and then the cross one, the cross rocket blows up as well, and I've collected everything. And now I'm going to get loads of rewards because I've got loads of extra moves. So 3 stars, my streak, my win bonus is now up to 9, so obviously that's quite a nice little element, the win streak, that I want to keep that going. I get a bonus, so I got 4 stars for that, so I might want to be using, if I look like I'm going to lose a particular puzzle, I'm not going to complete it, I might want to be using some of my power-ups to keep my win streak going. So that's quite a nice little mechanic, not changing the world, but just kind of keeping people going. So in that sense, Heyday Pop is not doing anything particularly interesting. I think it has, it has the typical kind of Supercell kind of polish that we would expect from such a successful mobile game developer. I don't know how much it will appeal to the Candy Crush Saga people. I think it is interesting that it's a match 2 game. Basically the simplest mechanic you can have. You can't really have a match 1 game. So that's kind of interesting. But obviously it has compared to like a Candy Crush, it has a much more kind of meta game. So much more reasons to be playing rather than just kind of completing the next level. I guess as time goes on, you're going to want to unlock these things to get extra decorations, and presumably as time goes on, extra decorations, and you're kind of sharing with your friends. There's some interesting stuff, I imagine. Looks like could be coming. Here we got a lighthouse and probably maybe I don't know, some boats there. I don't know. But anyway, not really too much more to say about Heyday Pop. I think it's a pretty simple game. I think people who get into it will get into it pretty quickly. It's a good first time user experience, and it has that kind of typical kind of addictive, let's have one more go to complete the levels, and it has all the kind of monetization that we have expected to see in this sort of game. Obviously we know Candy Crush Saga is a massively successful game. It's generated multiple billions of dollars over its life span. There's about $500 million of revenue every year. So people know this kind of stuff. They know what they're paying for. They know why they want to pay. Why try and do something different when everyone knows how it's going to play out. So interesting from that point of view. I guess the other interesting thing is this is not necessarily you wouldn't have expected to see Supercell doing a match 3 game, or a match game. So that's kind of interesting in and of itself how they look to kind of operate that. But I think a long time left to go for Heyday Pop. We may check back in a few months' time to see how it's getting on. But anyway, a brief introduction, I guess. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments, please put them in the comments box. But otherwise, I hope to see you again soon.